Oh, I got to tell you, I want to say this on the air. He don't want to help with the ring, Bullet. That's what he just told his partner.
No. Okay.
He said he don't mind riding. He don't mind. Oh, I keep forgetting, man.
Yeah, you got the good jacket. I got the badge.
That's right. You're working towards this one.
Yes.
Bullet, okay? That's the first round of the Masters. This is if you win the Masters.
That's after you won, yes.
Yeah, exactly. This is after you win it. Yeah, he didn't want to help.
That used to be a green jacket. Now it's a red jacket.
Well, listen, Bull, I used to have one that had a Great Muda spit on it when he spit. That's a true story. Wally Deuce was sitting ringside when Great Muda spit on it. I still got it at the house. You can't get that. You can't get that spit out.
Well, why would you want to?
Oh, I love that. Oh yeah, he don't want to help, Bullet. Okay, that's the new scoop. He don't want to help. He wants to ride and use the gas of the company and the wear and tear on the ring truck.
Oh, trust me, a lot of wear and tear.
But he don't want. but he don't want to help carry nothing in. So anyway, see, this is kind of redneckish, Bullet. But every movie, you know, from remember E.T. They had E.T. eat the Reese's Pieces. Oh, Bullet, and they got $1 million Reese's Pieces contract out of it.
Yeah,
so just occasionally. Well, I'll put it up here.
Well, actually, Reese's Pieces, I think they outbid M&M's.
That's very knowledgeable right there, boy.
Yeah. Well,
we got the Cookout Cup showing. I love that, boy.
You got to put Cookout over. Maybe they'll give us the sponsorships.
Still my Emilio shirt. I wore. Amelia.
Yeah.
Right.
Amelia's.
Yeah. I did that. Don't nobody forget about that.
I agree. Let me fix this camera for a second before we get serious.
Okay. You do it all ourselves, buddy.
Yeah.
We don't need nobody.
I mean, it was a bunch of people just talking on set.
We'll set the ring. We'll set the ring up. We don't need anybody. Yeah. Just give me a ride, Bull. Let me use your gas. I'm gonna go.
No problem.
I'll call the company. Okay.
Call the company.
Austin. Oh yeah. Quiet on the set, guys. Important TV show here. No, listen.
Let's go.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. Time to get serious, folks. Right. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle.
Our timing is so good.
You hear the claps. You know what time it is. George, how was your weekend?
Buddy, I had a great weekend, Bull. I know one of these weekends I'm going to say it wasn't great, but this past weekend was great, Bullet. Mm-hmm. We did Miracle on the Mountain 3 in Bluefield, West Virginia. Sold out. Had, of course, Matt Hardy, Hurricane on the show. Place was just unbelievable. Had a great meet and greet with the fans. Yes, I hung out with Matt Hardy everywhere he went. It is a good idea to have a gimmick table set up beside Matt Hardy. That's all I'm saying. So I love the Hardy Boys. That's all I'm saying.
He does bring in a crowd.
We ate good that time. But had a great time, a great show, and it was all, of course, we spent the afternoon at Sam's Club doing a great big book signing. And I tell you, Bullet, I've already posted a picture. Right out of the blue, a lady walks up and she said, "George South, you don't remember me." Now, usually that makes me run.
Yeah.
Fast. But believe it or not, Bullet, hadn't saw her in years. It was Mark Curtis, Brian Hildebrand's wife.
Oh,
remember her?
Nice. Yes.
Yeah, she came right up. It was so great to see her, and she asked, of course, about everybody, and it was just a great surprise there. She was in town visiting some family, came by Sam's Club to buy a case of drinks, and she saw me and my great book.
So they let you in Sam's Club?
They let me at Sam's Club. I kept waiting to get thrown out. That was the official book signing that we talked about last week. I wasn't a redneck outlaw one. That
you got to get a card, and that's.
I didn't even have a gas card for Sam's Club, and they let me in there. Sold 3 books too, so I was very happy. But anyway, glad to see her, Bullet. We spent there, and the whole event that we done was for Children's Miracle Network, which that's always great, Bullet. So all the guys worked real hard, and of course sold a lot of gimmicks with Matt Hardy beside me. So anyway,
since it was
promoters book Matt Hardy, okay? Please, that's all I'm saying.
With George South.
With George South, we come together. Forget Jeff Hardy, brother. Matt Hardy and George. That's all I'm talking about. But a great week, Bullet.
Gimmick table tag team.
I don't care about the matches. You know that. I don't care nothing about working. I told the promoter, don't interrupt my book sales with a wrestling match, please. So anyway, had a great time, Bullet. Just great things going on. I feel like, Bullet, you got 60 minutes. The undercover.
Not on this show.
Not on this show. No. You do got 60 minutes, but with us, you got maybe 32 seconds.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're just as important as the news program. We stooged off PayPal. And what they do. But anyway, probably going to get a letter on that. But Bullet, here's something that really irks me, and it's just happened a lot lately, is Facebook. Now, I hate Facebook personally, but nothing against them personally, but I hate them. But you know what aggravates me the most is when people, I don't even know how it works, Bullet, but when they request you, I guess I got to accept them. I don't accept anybody. You know that, Bullet.
The not now button.
No, but I love that button, Bullet. Don't wear out 3 of them.
Which is a little too polite for you. I know you loved it on MySpace when you would just hit decline.
I love decline, man.
But Facebook was a little soft.
I know. I hate Facebook.
They like not now.
Yeah.
Like maybe you guys can be friends down the road.
But Bullet, what I hate is, and you correct me as you always do,
right.
Cher, please this week. Correct and Sonny. When I forgot the words to our song. But Bullet, listen. If somebody sends me a request, whatever, and then they send me a written note, asking me to accept them, now that blows it right out of the water, Bullet. Is that not cheating? Listen, I ain't going to accept you to begin with, so when you ask me to accept you, that's real bad. I don't know. That just ticks me off.
That's a little more desperate.
And here's the thing that's desperate than that. Okay. Listen, Goose, this is a true story. Don't send me your name. This guy, Lucifer Legion. That's he. Lucifer, what the heck? Listen, Goof, if you don't give me your real name, I ain't going to accept you anyway. But if you give me, I guess it's his working name, boy. I can't even say it with a straight face.
Anybody named Lucifer, you're probably not going to get added by the man who wore John 3:16 on his tights.
Exactly.
Just a little FYI.
Thank you so much, Bullet. Thank you for just trying to say with 3 words what it's just took me 20 minutes to say.
Well, there's no claps, though.
Oh my gosh, Lucifer, I ain't going to accept you. Okay, that's why I try. And believe me, I clicked on his picture, brother. He looked just like Lucifer. But anyway, I'm not going to do that, Bullet. And I don't know how that whole mess works, but I think you probably. And here's what I'm getting at.
I'm pretty sure you know how to use the not now button.
Oh, I got it. I don't wear out 3 of them, but I got a book to plug here, Bullet. We got to sell some books. But listen, folks, a little bit of advice here on Facebook, please, folks. Use common sense. Really, Bull. I'm going to delete you anyway. But what I'm talking about is you can't use Lucifer Legion. I can't even say it, Bullet. And the one after that, but this is what my week's like. The one after that was Big Tater. I swear to you. And it's a grown man. It ain't some little 5-year-old. A guy sent me a request, Big Tater. What the heck, Bullet?
Well,
so anyway.
That's a step up from Satanic name.
I came down off of Miracle of the Mountain 3 to settle with all these goose on Facebook, and I delete all of them. That's what I'm getting at, Bullet. But anyway, besides all that, Bullet, just come on, folks, use common sense, okay? Anyway, I don't even know if they're part of the business or not, but with names like Lucifer Legion and Big Tater, I thought it was a new tag team trying to come in, Bullet, but I'm not sure. But anyway, I delete them anyway, so that the end result's the same. No matter how we get there, Bullet, the end result is the same. So, had a great book. Got a great book, Bullet. It's doing so great. Bullet had sold a bunch at Sam's Club, sold a bunch that night, got a new case on the way, and of course, it will be going with us this week. You had a very busy week too, Bullet, I think. You was in Louisville.
I was in Louisville, yes.
I keep up with my kids.
You got to know where Kevin's at.
Yeah.
I was talking to a guy who was not a friend of Kevin. The real Kevin, not this Kevin. He liked this Kevin. He wasn't a fan of the other Kevin. And Eric Embry. And King of Old School, Steve Carino, had a nice interview with them, 4.5 hours.
Oh, gosh.
So you have a rival in speaking.
That even makes me go.
Whenever that George South shooter review comes out, you have a benchmark.
Oh, brother. Man, I just clear my throat for 4 hours.
To clear.
Man, give me something to work towards.
Okay, and then we had an internet pay-per-view. Friday night broadcast seemed to go up pretty well. Everything was good with that. Everything turns out right. I'm actually working on the replay of that right now. But also importantly, had a little bit of relaxation time.
You look refreshed for some reason.
Somebody tried to book me that Saturday, and I looked right at him and go, "Do you really want me to ruin my weekend?"
I love that.
That was my reply.
Oh, I love that, Bullet.
Somehow, wrestling in Evansville, Indiana, just didn't seem as attractive or sexy as what I did that week.
Yes, exactly. Very good.
But also, let me bring it back like I always do here.
I love that, Bullet. I throw it out there anywhere, and you go get it and bring it home.
In the discussion that I had with a special somebody, in that a line that you used to say to me all the time, and I'd like to share it with the folks, and I normally you say it during training, but it's something that struck home to her and thought that there's a sense of genius and brilliance to something.
Oh, I love her already.
So something like that I need to bring out there. A line that you used to say all the time, especially the people that were coming in and then wanted to almost like take things half speed or do things a certain way or were okay with just being bad.
Right.
You would always tell them or explain to them, especially somebody new who's having a hard time to get or not quite grasping it, and you would say, "Who's your favorite wrestler?" And somebody would say Shawn Michaels or whoever or whatever. And of course, George South. Yours would be Paul Jones or
yes,
whoever.
number one.
And you say, listen, fruit.
Thank you, Bullet.
I put that in there. If they saw your match, do you think that they would be proud of what you do?
Oh,
That always.
Oh, I love that.
That's
I
always
said that. Oh,
yes,
I love that. Boy.
It's a very profound thing of like if you have
That's
if
heavy.
you have
That's
a
up
favorite
here.
wrestler, what would he think of your match?
That's exactly right.
And the way that you go about the way you wrestle, wouldn't you want them to be proud of you?
Yes.
And to me, and when I said that statement to the person I was with, I kind of took her back of the brilliance of that. And just kind of, where did you formulate that? And was that something that came about when you met her?
I probably thought about it about 2 minutes before I said it. But no, Paul used to say that a lot, the few times he would let me hang out with him. But it made so much good sense. Everybody, I don't care who you are, if you admit it or you don't admit it, everybody that has ever been in this business and ever will be in this business is in this business because they have a favorite wrestler at one time. We all do, Bullet. There's nothing, even now, there's nothing to be ashamed to admit. That's why we got in this business, because of those individuals. And if you want to show them the ultimate respect, it ain't wearing their t-shirt like I do a lot. It ain't doing some of their finishing moves like I do. I steal from everybody, as you know, Bullet. But the main bottom line, as Paul used to say, is you to show the ultimate respect for that guy that you looked up to, that got you in the business, you would learn to work. Bullet. It is so simple. And it is gone. I tell you, speaking of our famous Von Erichs, I did hear a quote this week that Kevin Von Erich always says, and I loved it, Bullet. I don't take credit for it, but I did steal it. I think Bo James stole it from Kevin Von Erich, and I stole it from Bo. But Kevin Von Erich says now that we're all carpenters and there's no more trees left. Oh, man! Bullet, that's heavy, okay? I'm telling you right now, this has been a heavy TV show right here, Bullet. But there is a few trees left that we're trying to cut down, Bullet. But anyway, and the people's going to say, what the heck did he mean by that? Did he get hit in the head this week? But if you've been in the business for a long, long time like we have, Bullet, trying to plug and sell this great book, is you'll know what I'm talking about, Bullet. You do sometimes feel like a carpenter and there's no more trees left, Bullet. You know, oh, that is just so heavy, Bullet. But thank you for that. Thank you for you and your friend putting me over, Bullet. I got 2 friends now.
Those are 2 people that you don't have to hit the knot now. But
No. I accept them. Bullet, I accept Jim. Bullet, you're my only friend on Facebook.
That's okay.
Folks, listen, we're so busy here, folks. If you want to get a hold of professional wrestling, whether it's helping with the ring setup, which a lot of people don't want to do anymore, but you got to set the ring up, the star of the show. We got the greatest place here at highspots.com. The greatest training center in the whole wide world is right here. Anything to do with professional wrestling. I saw a guy write up today that he runs shows, and this was a funny thing, Bullet. We can end it on this. Is he actually is putting out a filler for looking for new talent, and he actually listed a half a page of stuff that he's looking for, and you got to look the part was one of them. You got to do this, got to do that. And the whole time I'm trying to read half of it before I ran off the side of the road is the individual that was saying some of that, and some of his guys needs to read that. But anyway, just
read it back to yourself.
read that back to yourself. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Sherry. That's good. That's twice you saved me this week. But folks, listen, if you want to be in the elite place, you know, Charlie Dreamer, our great friend that's living out in Texas now, you know, little Dreamer's on the way, brother, man. I saw an ultrasound picture, brother. I put this in there. I told him, I said, that's the first publicity picture yet of that baby. But don't show it for free, charge. But anyway, you know, Charlie Dreamer reminded me last week, you know, Bobby Eaton, who's doing so much better, just got out of the hospital. I want to tell Bobby how much we love him here. George South TV. Charlie reminded me of that night that Ric Flair and Bobby Eaton locked up right here at our training school, highspots.com.
I remember that night.
They sure did, but just a few of us guys here, nobody else, no TV cameras, no nothing. Bobby Eaton and Ric Flair locked up right here in our training center. What a great moment. I forgot about that, but it's just one of those special moments, Bullet, that you just hang on to. So, Bobby, we love you. He's out of the hospital now, doing so much better. We just want to say hey to him. So.
Yeah, and let me before we go away from Bobby here, but since we, you know, sometimes we go a little around and whatever, but since we're on him,
brothers like Barry Sanders.
Yes,
you know what?
We go all
them old linebackers. You say if you miss him on the first time, just stay still because he'll be back.
Maybe that's the thing. We may come back
that's
to
us.
it, but since we're on the topic of Bobby, and we were just talking about Ric Flair at the recent Hall of Heroes about a couple years ago. Steve Kern was up,
yes,
giving an award away, but he wanted to acknowledge a few people, but most especially Bobby Eaton. He said one of the greatest professional wrestlers alive.
Yes.
And when that comment was made, Bobby was greeted with a standing ovation, but the first person to jump to his feet was Ric Flair.
Yes.
And I think that's a very indicative statement. There's a lot of people who know who Ric Flair is, and unfortunately there's a lot of people in the younger generation in other places across the world that hopefully are watching this who don't know who Bobby Eaton is.
That's
if
right.
you don't know, if you don't understand, if you just saw him as the Blue Bloods and you thought he was great like I did growing up, go back like I did, and then you'll realize how amazing he is.
Listen, I'm going to say it right here as we close this thing out. Boy, I'm so glad you said that. And I could agree with you, and I will agree with you and Steve Kerr. Bobby Eaton is probably the greatest I'd ever seen. I mean, to lay there in the middle of that ring, and I think now we take it for granted because everybody can fly, but when he was coming off that top rope with that Alabama Jam and stuff like that, and for you to be there and have the privilege of taking that, and then Bobby just taking so good care of you. As many times as he did that Alabama Jam on the side of my head, and just so perfect and just unbelievable. So I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves. But anyway, we love you, Bobby, and we're so glad you're feeling better. And like you said, well, somebody grab an old tape of him and just watch. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'm still in awe of some of the stuff he does. Now everybody does it. Heck, the referees come off the top now, but back in the day, Bobby wrote the book on all that.
Oh yeah, and Chris Candido even told me one time. He said Bobby Eaton was the best trainer he ever had. Never understood a word he said, but he was the best trainer he ever had before his trial.
I love that.
That's the type of genius that even his genius means no bounds, even language.
That's exactly right.
But anyways, with that note, George, where are you at this weekend?
Oh, got a crazy week. I love doing our ring rentals, of course, as you know, Bullet. Not because we like setting a ring up, but because we don't care if the promoter draws a good house or not, because we get paid the same. But anyway, on a side note, we got a great week. This Friday, got to mention this. I can't believe my twin girls. Believe it or not, it is a miracle. Also, they will be graduating high school this Friday. Bullet, I'm going to cry. I need a box of tissues. Oh. It has been the longest ride in history. Oh my gosh, it's worse than watching George South take his jacket off. Man, and that's miserable right there. But anyway, my twin girls, I'm so proud of them, Bullet. The only promise that I had to make to them is that I would not sell my book at the graduation till after they walk that aisle. So I promised them that. Once they walk that aisle, buddy, it's everybody for themselves. The book will be on sale. Cabarrus Arena, as you know, home of right here, a lot of wrestling in the Carolinas. That's where they'll be graduating this Friday. So, and of course, then Saturday we take back off. We go up to Hudson, North Carolina, Saturday night. Me and Baby Doll's going to be together. So that's going to be a great show too. But Friday's a big week for me this week. Oh, a side note, we got so much to cover, Bullet. We may have to go to 20 minutes. I do want to give a shout out to my grandbaby today, Michaela. We had her annual field day. Bullet, I may do a whole show on this one day. I found out today, this is how screwed up America is, okay? Really. If you don't think the world's coming to an end, let me tell you. Do you know, Bullet, and you may know this because, you get out a little more than I do. Bullet, they do not, an annual field day. I mean, the field day that we've all been part of from a little kid to high school. The sack race, the tug of war. Bullet, they do not give out ribbons anymore. None. Not first place, not last place, nothing. You know why? You know why the teacher told me, as me and Michaela were standing in line to accept our ribbon, that if some kid is not good enough, then his feelings may get hurt. What?
I'm pretty sure that's the reason.
Tell the kid to get on the juice. Tell the kid to work out. If the kid don't win a ribbon, it ain't going to hurt the kid. Bullet. Oh my gosh, my head exploded. Poor Michaela, she trained. I had her eating shark meat all week for this. And she went to she pulled 5 guys across the rope. That's all I'm saying on a tug of war, Bullet. Man, I had her, she was jacked, buddy. And then, but they didn't get nothing. They didn't get nothing. And folks, listen, you can write me all you want to. I don't care, I'll write you right back. But I'm going to tell you, that's what's wrong with America. There's nothing wrong with a kid trying to win that blue ribbon. Oh my gosh. So if you throw the egg the furthest today at the field day, you didn't get nothing.
It's kind of what America's about.
That's what America is. Work your butts off, work your fingers to the bone, take over dad's business, work all your life, and you get nothing. You get nothing, Bullet. Man, my head's about ready to explode. But anyway, I didn't know that. Maybe you viewers know that. Maybe you know that, Bullet. I didn't know that.
I've heard rumors about it.
Oh my gosh.
In communist countries back in the 80s.
Oh my God. Bullet, but what does the poor kid, the kid, I mean, what does, Michaela, so what I did, the great pawpaw that I am, we headed straight to the dollar store. I bought her $20 worth of ribbons. That's all I'm saying. Jack, So what's better? My kid winning it the right way, or Papa just gonna go back? I don't care. So listen, the school system don't think you got one up on me, because my grandbaby still got a blue ribbon. Boy, I didn't mean to blow a gasket here.
No, it's okay.
Because
Without adversity, without that kid not getting that blue ribbon that one time, he won't strive to win a blue ribbon the next time.
Bullet, exactly. Do you know, Bullet, how many times Bruce Jenner, Michael Jordan, let's get on Michael, the greatest basketball player of all time, he was cut. He was cut like 3 or 4, 8 times before he became the great Michael Jordan. But now, Bullet, oh my gosh, don't cut nobody. You get sued, Bullet. Don't put nobody on the bench. I'm telling you, you don't have to
get your kid on the juice early.
That's exactly right.
So
the whole motto of George South TV this week is get your kid started on it early. Okay? If you want to win that ribbon at first grade field day, get them on the stuff early. Okay? The real stuff, not that fake stuff. Okay. I love everybody, Bullet. We got a great show.
Well, this is another edition approved by Lance Armstrong this week.
He's our sponsor, I think.
I got a sponsor this week.
He may be
George
our
South
guest.
TV. I want to thank you again for joining us, folks. This is Lance Armstrong approved edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle.